My beloved child. If this message has found you today, it was meant to find you. I know the thoughts that have been keeping you awake. I know the questions you have been carrying about someone you love. There are moments when you wonder what they truly feel and whether they still think about you when nobody else is around. What you cannot see right now is that your name has been part of conversations you never expected. Someone you care about has two friends with strong opinions about you. One speaks from assumptions and surface impressions. The other sees something deeper. They see your heart, your strength, and the journey that shaped you. Listen carefully, my child. Not every voice around them is speaking the truth, but every conversation is revealing something important. For a long time, you have felt like a seed buried beneath the soil. You prayed, waited, hoped, and sometimes questioned whether anything was changing. Yet the seed does not stop growing simply because it cannot see the sunlight. Beneath the surface, roots are forming. In the same way, I have been working in places you cannot reach. While one friend points out doubts and uncertainties, another friend reminds them of the qualities that make you special. They speak about your resilience, your kindness, and the way you continue moving forward despite everything you have faced. Nothing you have experienced was wasted. Every challenge has been preparing you for something greater. My child, do not allow fear to control your thoughts. The person on your heart is learning to see beyond opinions and beyond the noise around them. Truth is beginning to shine through like the first light of dawn after a long night. I know you have felt unseen and emotionally tired, but I have been watching over you every step of the way. Just as a river slowly carves its path through stone, what is real cannot remain hidden forever. Remain patient. Remain hopeful. The story is still unfolding, and there is more happening behind the scenes than you realize. Trust that I am guiding every step, even when you cannot yet see where the path leads. My dear child. There is something you must understand today. The opinions being spoken around the person you love are not affecting them in the way you might think. At first, they listened carefully to every word. They considered every warning, every doubt, and every observation offered by those around them. But as time passed, something began to change. They started comparing those opinions with what they personally felt in their heart. The more they reflected, the more they realized that other people could describe you, but they could not truly define you. Listen closely, my child. People often form conclusions based on a chapter they happen to witness, while I see the entire story. The person on your heart is slowly beginning to understand that difference. Imagine a tree standing through a storm. From a distance, someone may only notice the branches bending in the wind and assume the tree is weak. But the one who understands nature knows that strength is often hidden underground. The roots tell a different story. In the same way, many people have seen only small pieces of your journey. They did not see the tears you wiped away when nobody was looking. They did not see the courage it took to keep going after disappointment. They did not see the battles you fought quietly within your own spirit. Yet those unseen moments became the roots of your character. The friend who speaks positively about you senses this truth. They recognize that your value cannot be measured by appearances or temporary circumstances. My precious child, do not become discouraged because others have different views of who you are. Every person sees through the lens of their own experiences. Some notice flaws first. Others notice strength. Some focus on the past. Others see potential. What matters most is that truth continues to reveal itself over time. I have been guiding this situation with greater wisdom than anyone involved can understand. Like the sunrise that slowly pushes darkness away, clarity is beginning to emerge. The person you love is paying attention not only to what others say but also to what their own heart is telling them. Remain patient. Remain calm. You do not need to defend yourself or force understanding. What is genuine will become clear at the right moment. I am still working behind the scenes, and the path ahead holds more hope than you can currently see. My precious one. There have been moments when you felt like giving up on understanding this connection. You told yourself that perhaps it was easier not to care, easier not to hope, easier not to wait. Yet every time you tried to walk away emotionally, something deep inside your spirit pulled you back. That feeling was not there without purpose. I know the confusion you have carried. I know how exhausting it can be when answers seem delayed. But listen carefully, my child. Delays are not always denials. Sometimes they are seasons of preparation. Just as winter appears lifeless before spring suddenly fills the earth with color, many things are quietly developing before they become visible. The person you love has been thinking more than they admit. Even when they appear calm on the outside, their mind has returned to thoughts of you again and again. The conversations with those two friends planted questions, but those questions have led them toward deeper reflection rather than distance. One friend continues to focus on reasons to be cautious. The other continues to remind them of qualities they admire in you. Between those voices, something important is happening. They are learning to trust their own understanding. A river does not ask permission from every stone in its path before continuing forward. It simply moves according to its nature. In the same way, hearts eventually move toward the truth they recognize within themselves. My child, I want you to stop measuring your worth through the opinions of others. Your value was never created by human approval, and it cannot be destroyed by human criticism. You are more than the assumptions people make about you. You are more than the misunderstandings that occasionally surround your life. I have been shaping you through every challenge, every disappointment, and every lesson you thought was breaking you. What felt like pressure was often preparation. What felt like waiting was often growth. Trust me when I tell you that nothing has been wasted. The person on your heart is beginning to see things from a different perspective, and the picture is becoming clearer with each passing day. So breathe deeply and release your fears. The same hands that guide the stars through the night sky are guiding this situation as well. You do not need to force what I am already arranging. Stay faithful, stay hopeful, and stay close to me, because the next chapter holds revelations you cannot yet imagine. My beloved child. There is a reason I keep asking you to be patient. You see only the present moment, but I see the road ahead. Right now, it may seem as though nothing significant is happening. The days pass, the questions remain, and the answers you desire have not fully arrived. Yet beneath the surface, hearts are changing. Perspectives are shifting. The person you love is beginning to notice details they once overlooked. Small moments, simple memories, and quiet reflections are drawing their attention back to you. What once seemed ordinary now carries a deeper meaning. This is how understanding often begins, not with a sudden revelation, but with a series of small realizations that slowly connect together. Think of a gardener caring for a field. The gardener does not dig up the seeds every day to check whether they are growing. Instead, there is trust in the process. Water is given. Care is provided. Time is allowed to do its work. My child, many of your prayers have been growing in exactly that way. You have wanted immediate proof that your waiting has purpose, but growth rarely happens where everyone can see it. The friend who speaks well of you continues to notice qualities that others ignore. They see how much strength you carry despite your struggles. They see the sincerity within your heart. Their words have not been forgotten. In fact, some of those words continue to echo in the mind of the person you care about. What was spoken casually has become something worth thinking about. Listen closely, my child. Do not allow temporary uncertainty to convince you that hope is lost. The strongest trees are not the ones that never faced storms. They are the ones that remain standing through every season. You have survived seasons that could have made you bitter, yet you continued moving forward. That strength matters more than you realize. The person on your heart is beginning to recognize it as well. I know there are days when loneliness feels heavy and waiting feels endless, but I have never left your side. Every step you have taken, I have walked beside you. Every tear you shed, I noticed. Every prayer whispered in silence reached me. Trust that I am still working, still guiding, and still opening doors at the proper time. The story is moving forward, even when it appears still. Keep your heart open, because what is being prepared today may soon become clearer than you ever expected. My dear child. What you do not fully realize is that the person you love has started seeing you through a different lens. Not because someone convinced them to, but because time has a way of revealing what emotions often hide. There were things they once overlooked, qualities they once took for granted, and truths they were not yet ready to understand. But seasons change, and people change with them. Just as the morning sun slowly melts away the frost that covered a field during the night, understanding is beginning to warm places that once felt uncertain. The opinions around them still exist, yet those opinions no longer carry the same influence they once did. Something deeper is speaking to their heart now. I want you to remember this, my child. People often recognize value more clearly after distance, reflection, and growth. A traveler climbing a mountain cannot fully appreciate the landscape while staring only at the ground beneath their feet. It is only after reaching a higher place that the beauty of the journey becomes visible. In the same way, the person on your heart has been gaining a broader perspective. They are remembering conversations, recalling moments, and seeing connections they previously missed. The friend who sees the good in you has unknowingly helped create this shift. Their words planted seeds of thought that continue to grow. And while another voice still speaks from doubt, doubt is losing strength whenever truth becomes clearer. Listen carefully, my child. Truth does not need to compete loudly. It simply remains steady until it is recognized. My precious one, I know there are times when you feel emotionally exhausted from wondering what comes next. You have carried hope in one hand and uncertainty in the other. Yet I tell you now that your waiting has not been meaningless. Every season of growth requires patience before harvest arrives. Rivers do not reach the ocean in a single day, and gardens do not bloom the moment seeds are planted. I have been working in ways you cannot measure and arranging events you cannot yet see. Do not allow fear to steal your peace. Do not allow temporary silence to convince you that nothing is happening. I am guiding this story with care, wisdom, and perfect timing. The person you love is learning lessons that cannot be rushed, and those lessons are bringing greater clarity. Stay close to me, my child. Keep your heart steady. The path ahead is unfolding one step at a time, and the purpose behind this journey is becoming stronger with every passing day. My beloved child. There is something important happening beneath the surface that you have not yet seen. While you have been focused on the outcome, I have been focused on the transformation. Sometimes you think the greatest miracle would be receiving immediate answers, but often the greater miracle is the growth that takes place while you wait. The person you love is not the same person they were when this journey began. Experiences have changed them. Challenges have humbled them. Quiet moments have caused them to reflect on what truly matters. And during those moments of reflection, your presence has continued to appear in their thoughts. Not because anyone forced it, but because certain connections leave impressions that time cannot easily erase. Imagine a canyon shaped by a river over many years. The river does not carve the rock through one dramatic moment. It does so through steady movement, day after day, season after season. In the same way, understanding is developing gradually within this situation. The friend who sees your value continues to remind them of qualities that stand out about you. They speak of your strength, your heart, and the way you continue moving forward despite difficulties. Those observations have created a contrast against the doubt spoken by the other voice. And now the person on your heart is beginning to compare those perspectives for themselves. They are discovering that the truth often lives beyond opinions. Listen carefully, my child. When people start seeking truth with an open heart, clarity eventually follows. My precious one, I know waiting can feel heavy. There are days when you wonder if your prayers are being heard and whether your hopes are leading anywhere at all. But I want you to remember something. I have never abandoned a promise simply because time passed. A tree does not stop growing because winter lasted longer than expected. Beneath the frozen ground, life is still present. Beneath the silence, growth continues. In the same way, I am still working. I am still arranging details. I am still guiding hearts toward greater understanding. Do not let fear convince you that your story has reached its end. This chapter is preparing the next one. Keep trusting me when the road feels unclear. Keep believing when certainty feels distant. I have been with you through every season, and I will continue leading you forward. The pieces are moving into place, my child, and what seems hidden today will not remain hidden forever. My dear child. As this journey continues, you may notice something changing within yourself. The questions that once consumed your thoughts every hour are slowly losing their power. The anxiety that once demanded immediate answers is beginning to soften. This is not because you have stopped caring. It is because I am teaching you a deeper kind of trust. There comes a moment in every season of waiting when the soul learns to rest even before the outcome arrives. That moment is approaching for you. The person you love is still moving through their own process of understanding, but at the same time, I am strengthening you. I am teaching you that your peace should never depend entirely on someone else's decisions or opinions. Your peace comes from knowing that I am guiding what you cannot control. Think about a lighthouse standing beside the ocean. Storms come and go. Waves rise and fall. Strong winds shake everything around it. Yet the lighthouse remains steady because its foundation reaches deeper than the storm itself. My child, I have been building that kind of foundation inside you. The opinions of others may shift from day to day. One friend may support you while another questions you. People may change their minds as circumstances change. But your worth remains unchanged. The person on your heart is beginning to recognize this truth as well. They are starting to see that what makes you special cannot be measured by rumors, assumptions, or temporary judgments. The qualities that truly matter are the ones that endure through every season, and those qualities have been growing within you for a long time. Listen closely, my precious one. The reason this story has not ended yet is because there is still wisdom being gained on both sides. Sometimes what seems like delay is actually protection. Sometimes what feels like silence is preparation. I know you have carried moments of loneliness and uncertainty, but none of those moments were meaningless. Every experience has shaped you into someone stronger, wiser, and more compassionate than before. The person you love is gradually seeing that growth. More importantly, they are beginning to understand that the opinions around them do not hold the final authority over what they feel in their own heart. Continue walking forward with confidence. Continue trusting my timing. The dawn always arrives after the longest night, and the first light is often closer than it appears. Stay faithful, my child. What I have been preparing is moving nearer with every passing day, and soon you will understand why this season unfolded exactly as it did.